Good morning, our beloveds. Hopefully you have noticed how our another is focusing on and building a new life, even though we channel through her, with her, and guide her actively. When you are a trance channel, that need not mean that the rest of your life is over. You can be a trance channel and an attorney. You can be a trance channel and a social worker. You can be a trance channel and a political activist, and a mother, and a humanitarian. Just because you are connected to God, the divine, the universe, whatever you want to call it, the energies outside of yourselves, just because you connect to us does not mean that you must go live in a convent and dedicate the rest of your lives to learning about us and being with us. It is more about how do you have a foot in both worlds? How do you connect to us, channel us, if you will, and remain grounded, living present in the day-to-day and finding purpose and meaning in your physicality? It is a gift and a curse, if you will, to be connected to the divine because your naivete is gone. You now know that there is more outside of you, even though you may not know what it is, and you know what your gifts and purpose are, and what you are called to do, and you still have a responsibility to be a parent, a mother, a father, a grandmother, a grandfather, a community member, a loving partner if you are joined with somebody. There are all these different parts or aspects of you that require attention, even if you are connected to us, because it is not an either or. Either you are a sinner or a godlike being, like many of you have deemed Christ to be. It is simply, I am a human in a physical body while connected to the divine that offers me guidance and insight, sometimes reprimands, and a loving, energetic vibration to remind you of what you will ultimately go home to remind you what peace and safety in your body looks and feels like, and how to be that and teach that to others in one form or another. You are all here to break down the patriarchy in one form or another, either through resistance or through admonition or through peaceful activism, or, more importantly, to continue to present and represent the patriarchy so that others will finally see it for what it is and walk away. Each of you have an important part, and the more you lean into your actual heart's desire, the more you will allow this thing to disintegrate in a more substantial time frame, which means nothing to you, but means a lot to us out here where time does not exist. There are multiple and many timelines upon which you all find yourselves, and whenever you make a decision that stands out as being against what your natural inclination guides you towards, then and only then do you move to a new timeline. It might be better or worse, if you will, but it is all here to teach you how to become the best version of you, even though it may not look better. It just simply means I am trying something different right now because the path that I am on is not taking me where I wish to go. And I know that there is something outside of myself that is calling me home. What does that mean to you? Where do you find the inspiration to make a magnanimous change so that you can turn your life around or towards what it is that you desire most? And that is peace. Peace within your heart, within your mind, within your spirit. And how do you get there? So today we would just encourage you all to be authentically you. Say what comes to mind with disregard for the consequences, unless it means that you will be terminated or fired and you're not ready for that change because you still need the stability of finances to help to pay your bills. There are some practical realities that we would not encourage you to burn down. But where you feel like a relationship is really over, walk away. And maybe sometimes you do want to set that bridge on fire so that you know that you will never return to a place where you are not loved, seen, or valued. When you finally turn your back to what no longer serves you, maybe you will see opportunities or chances or glimmers of hope that you've never seen before, only because you're facing in a new direction. And finding you was meant to be fun and filled with courage and fear and anxiety. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what it feels like to be alive? When you feel that spark of inspiration to try something new, and it just emboldens your whole body as you feel alive, and then it fizzles out. Figure out what makes you feel alive and what makes you feel dead. And choose life over death right now, even if it requires courage and a sense of spontaneity. And the rest, well, just leave it up to the universe to build out for you under your feet as you build that bridge across that chasm to the other side, even though you can't see beyond a few feet or steps ahead of you or before you, because it hasn't been built yet. It is still being created in the void by your mind. And so it is. Namaste.